Hello, and welcome back to Keeping BZ, the podcast-like show where Zach and I make an excuse to be productive by showing each other a video game. And today we're going to be talking a bit about the Nintendo Switch 2 reveals and the fallout of that, as well as the fact that I saw Minecraft recently, and I have thoughts. I won't be discussing any spoilers, not that the movie has any fucking spoilers to speak of. So, today I'm playing New Super Mario Land, a fan-made remake of Super Mario Land for the Game Boy, made for the Super Nintendo using assets from New Super Mario Bros. Before people got terribly sick of seeing these assets. So, Zach, I know that usually you're not the person that watches all the presentations and all that. You usually wait for me to update you on what's coming next, but you actually did watch this Nintendo Switch 2 reveal.
Yeah, I mean, it's for the Switch 2. I figured this time I might as well watch it. Because I wanted to see if I wanted to Switch 2 or not. And I did for 30 minutes, and then I learned more.
Yeah, so all the reveals honestly looked pretty cool. It did everything I wanted it to at first, where I'm like, okay, that new game. I'm not a Mario Kart fan, but that Mario Kart game actually does look pretty neat. Not just as a racing game, but it's just as a way to chill out with friends with the big open world. And then, oh, look at all these neat game reveals. Oh, you can update your Switch 1 games to not run like complete garbage on the Switch 2. Yep, that's something I wanted. And then you begin to notice things like, oh, hey, the game that is, like, meant to teach you about all the features of the Switch 2 is not a pack-in title. You have to pay for that thing. And then, of course, the fact that after the presentation was over, they never showed the price for the goddamn system, yet announced, like, a pre-order date. And you're just like, what is going on? And so, slowly but surely, I mean, while, like, on their website, it shows you what the price is. It's like, they're asking what you're interested in. Are you interested in the normal just Switch 2, which is $450? Or are you interested in the bundle for $500 that comes with the Super Mario Kart World? So that seems to be the prices on their store, but like I said, it just tells you, like, would you be interested in this? Not so much that are these the official prices or not, because Nintendo revealed that in the US anyway, prices, like pre-order dates for the Switch 2 are being delayed because of the tariffs going on in the US right now. So all this politics stuff is, I mean, well, of course it would be, but with all the prices going up, but it's also affecting, trade with other countries. So Nintendo's not sure yet. They may not be 100% sure yet what they're selling us the Switch 2 for, but obviously the prices, the miscommunication and the prices that have been revealed is pissing everybody off to the point where when Nintendo was revealing more gameplay of their Donkey Kong Country, their new Donkey Kong game along with other stuff on their Treehouse event, the comments on the Treehouse event were all just people saying, lower the price, spamming the entire chat. So, They have to have noticed at this point. I guess it just stands to show how they're going to react to that. Like, what is coming next? And, yeah, like Zach, I went from being, just kind of, the Switch 2 was just going to be kind of a obvious kind of thing for me. I'm like, of course I'm probably going to get it. I like the Switch, and having an updated version of the Switch sounds like a no-brainer. And then, yeah, now these prices are making me go, but, like, that's like a paycheck. Like, I'm, in fact, more than for me at my current point in my life, because job market is so bad. So I'm not just going to go pick that up. I'm probably going to wait to see if there is a price decrease or if something comes of this, because as it stands, well, I mean, yeah, not just the console price, but of course, Super Mario Kart World, if you get it on its own, is $80. Or if you get it bundled with the Switch 2, it's technically $50. But either way, it's ridiculous. It costs as much as a goddamn PlayStation 5.
Just to include Mario Kart. $80 Mario Kart is flabbergasting. I am schmeckeldorfed.
Yeah. That's not even a word, and I agree with you.
I couldn't believe what I was hearing when people were talking about the Mario Kart price. I went, no. Because Nintendo's always been tone deaf. Let's be honest, they have always been tone deaf. But I think this is a new level of tone deaf for Nintendo. I should have known something was up when that demo for the Switch 2, like the tech demo thing, was you had to pay for it. And I was just like... My brain just went, what? That's paid for? Okay. But I just sort of moved on from it. I was like, well, you know, whatever. And I was expecting the Switch to be pretty expensive. I was expecting 400, 450 is not too far away from what I was expecting. And I was kind of also expecting $70 games, maybe like with some like $60 and $70 games. Because after Tears of the Kingdom, I figured that's where the gaming industry wants to go. But $80 for Mario Kart.
Yep. But it's open world Mario Kart, Zach.
But like, Donkey Kong Bonanza looks like a more... How do I put it? Poor Mario just keeps getting stuck up there. Donkey Kong Bonanza is the one I would expect to be like 80. If any of them had to be 80. I'm not saying it should be, but... Bonanza looks like it's Odyssey, but with Donkey Kong Country. So I would have assumed that one would be the more expensive one, but no, it's Mario Kart. Which, I know that's one of their flagship titles whenever they release a new console, but... Are people really going to say, ah yes, I want Mario Kart so bad, I will pay $80 for it? 90 if it's physical, if I heard correctly.
That's the thing circulating around. I don't know for sure yet if the physicals are going to be $10 more or not, but even then, the other thing that's more concerning is that the majority of physicals, it's seeming like, I mean, it's going to depend on the game and how the developer wants to handle it, but it's sounding like, for the most part, games are not going to be on the disc anymore. Game cards are going to be like a security key to put into your system so that you can then download the game off of their network instead of actually, you know, owning the game physically with it on the cartridge, like you do on Switch. So you're paying a $10 extra for a piece of plastic that acts as a card to tell you can then download it the same way you would do it digitally.
What happens if I want someone to borrow that card then? Because it uses a code, technically.
Right.
So... would it just say no? Or would I have to go through the Switch 2's game sharing thing?
Oh, right. Yeah, the new game sharing thing that they're not even instituting on the Switch 1 until later this month. Yeah, I don't know how that would even work then.
I think I did read that some of them will actually have the game on it. I think it does depend on the game itself. Like, smaller games probably will just be downloads, but either way, it doesn't matter. If I'm buying the physical version, it should just have the game on the key card, or whatever they want to call it. Like, the Switch 2 should have been super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Yeah.
Should have been another money printer for Nintendo. But they
instead, Zach, it seems to be just replicating what happened with Sony with the PS3, where the PS2 was so successful that they were just like, well, yeah, they'll pay anything for it, and we don't have to really show them that much. And their greed got them back in the end. The 360 did way better, and they had to drop the price and remodel the PS3. And so people are hoping this will be another case like the PS3, or like, of course, the 3DS, which also failed on launch, and they had to reduce the price massively. Iwata took a pay cut for it. Like, you know, people are hoping that's going to be the case, but I don't know. Like, I'm so cynical, so I just assume that the internet is just an echo chamber, and the general public are probably just like, this is fine.
It's easy to think that, but I think with the economy going where the economy is going, it's hard, because normally if you were to tell me, oh, the Switch is going to be super expensive and so are the Switch games, I would normally respond with, Nintendo fans are going to pay for it. I don't know how much longer that's going to be true.
Right.
maybe if it was 5-10 years ago, sure, probably would have been true. Nowadays, it's getting harder to believe that.
Yeah.
Especially when you think about the Nintendo Treehouse, where 99% of it is drop the price throughout the entire thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if people are speaking up that venomously when that is just clouding the chat of your entire event, I mean, we'll see. I don't know, Zach. I don't think. I mean, like I said, they delayed pre-orders where we are in the U.S. so that way they can sort of see how things shake out with the tariffs before they announce an official price. But the fact that there was no price reveal at all really rubbed people the wrong way either way.
Yeah,
until, like the fact that you had to comb through articles and their fucking website to figure out what the price of this thing was that they showed off, because all the other consoles when they show off their new systems, they tell you how much that thing's gonna cost.
Yeah, it's kind of important information.
Yeah. But no, Nintendo's like, hey, look, the rest of Deltarune's coming out on the Switch too, and look, Hollow Knight 2 Silksong is actually coming out on the Switch too. We're revealing it here, and we got Bloodborne 2 coming out and like they have all of these big reveals of games people thought were never going to happen, and they assume that that's it. That's all they have to do is have these high demand things and then go, okay, so buy it. And they're going to soon find out that's no, people are pretty especially now, they're going to be like, no, I'm not paying that. You better change that, guys. So that's the hope. And I think, as cool as some of the reveals were, Zach, yeah, I think I am just going to vote with my wallet and just wait to see what happens. Like after the launch.
Oh yeah, I wasn't ever planning on getting it on release day, but I figured at least release year, because I think it took me because I think I got my Switch around the time either Breath of the Wild or Super Mario Odyssey came out. So maybe that would have been release year. I don't remember. But I was expecting Switch 2. Maybe I would have gotten that at latest during the holidays after a few more games have come out. Because, man, Donkey Kong Bonanza actually looks kind of cool, but not $80 cool.
Yeah. Like that was kind of the big one for me anyway, because it basically is the next big platformer. The technically kind of like an Odyssey 2. It is like the next big Nintendo 3D platformer, and it's going fucking Red Fraction with you being able just to tunnel through the world. So, which looks awesome. That looks great. That looks like a cool experimental new game that I'm sure they're really excited about. It's just, yeah, corporate has kind of gotten in the way here. There's actually a really great video with the people that used to do a lot of the communications and PR for Nintendo. I believe it's what is it, Chris and Krista? And they used to work for Nintendo Minute, which would be broadcasted like on the Switch. And they also, I believe, were around during the Wii U era. And in their video talking about what they think's going on, behind the scenes in Nintendo, they think, yeah, like everybody else, they feel like Nintendo's gotten too confident. And also, it's a thing where Nintendo is just, they don't have anybody there that is speaking for the consumer in their company anymore. There's no Iwata, there's no Reggie, there's nobody there to stand up and say, guys, I don't think the consumers are going to like this very much. Instead, they have nobody there to speak for them and say that. They're just going to go, no, this seems fine. They'll pay this, right? And yeah. Nope. Not interested, guys. I'm happy. I'm excited for a successor to the Switch. And like you said, Zach, it should have been a goddamn no-brainer, and yet somehow it wasn't.
That's just such a Nintendo thing to do. They have a money printing machine. How do we ruin it?
Yep.
Like, they're so good at some things, and then just everything surround. Like, the game side, usually pretty good. The business side, dreadful.
Yes. Yeah, I do not envy anybody that had to work PR for Nintendo when they're like, hey, we're doing these like what was it? Like they were Joy-Con skins that they were trying to do, I believe, in support of Etika's passing, and Nintendo just went, that's our copyright, you can't do that.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Instead of making it into like a cool PR thing, they just went, oh, that's our copyright. Could you like not do that at all? Yeah, it's painful. The people that have made some of the best and most revolutionary games in the industry also are kind of shit.
They're vehemently anti-consumer.
Yeah. Well, not lowering their prices on anything pretty much ever.
Oh my gosh, they are so stingy with that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what I looked up one day. I think I was looking at the Nintendo 3DS eShop probably a month or so before it closed, because I was like, well, let me see. Because I keep having this dumb expectation. Oh, it's been like 6 years since some games have come out. They've got to... No, nothing. I don't think anything went down in price. I was then reminded, all right, this is Nintendo I'm talking about. They're selling Breath of the Wild on Switch 2 for $70.
Yep. Well, that's because, Zach, it comes with a download code for the Switch 2 version, and then it comes with a cartridge of the Switch 1 version. That's how I feel too, Mario. It's bad.
You're losing control over Mario like Nintendo's losing control over the Switch 2 hype.
The other thing I heard, Zach, is basically that for the game upgrades, it's going to be a thing where games that just have simple graphical and frame rate upgrades will be $10 to get to the Switch 2 version, and versions that have, like, how do I describe it? Like, the entire new campaigns or new content will be $20 to upgrade to those versions. So, like, Kirby and the Forgotten Land has a whole new, like, mode, and that will be $20 to upgrade to the Switch 2 version of that for that reason.
I could understand upgrading for new, paying for new content, but for a simple frame rate and graphics updates...
Which, to be fair, Sony also charges sometimes $10 for their upgrades, but you know what they also do a lot of times? And they leave it up to developers to just go, actually, we're just gonna... It's just free. It's just a free upgrade. A game will say on the box if you just get the PS5 version digitally if you've bought the physical PS4 version. But not here. It's Nintendo. I mean, what did we really expect? Of course, it's just going to be everything that you would usually just get is going to be paid, so... That hit detection was kind of shitty. Oh well. Fan game.
Fan game from 2006, I think. I think that's what the title screen said, assuming it's correct.
Okay, there we go. Come on, Mario. We can do this.
But yeah, everyone's probably heard everybody talk about the Switch 2, but it's just because it's so baffling, but so predictable at the same time, in a way.
Yeah. That's what makes it so frustrating, is that it's just like... It's everything that I guess we could have expected, in terms of just our fears realized about Nintendo's future. That they're just gonna do the same shit, like... Because, you know, they released the Wii U, and that was a giant misfire because nobody knew what the hell the thing was, and the system itself didn't know what it was, and that it fell apart for those reasons. And then they took something that should have been surefire, but because they haven't had to worry about PR in 7 years because the Switch is the best-selling console ever, they're just going to go, now we'll just expect everybody just to pick it up. So, we'll have to see. Pre-orders weren't supposed to begin until April 9th, but like I said, they're only April 9th in like other countries. They're being delayed in the United States. So, we'll wait for that. In the meantime, in video game news, a Minecraft movie came out this last Friday. Zach and I are recording this on the Saturday after that. And the movie has already had the biggest opening box office return of any video game movie of all time. It's doing very well. Kids and families are going to go to see it. And as Zach has pointed out to me, the memes probably also, unfortunately, really sold the movie. And so, as somebody that does, try to keep up with the industry and does like to, run a podcast where I review movies and all that, I decided, okay, yeah, I guess. And I saw it, and a Minecraft movie is one of the most nothing film adaptations I've seen in a number of years. It's a movie that constantly has scenes of Jack Black and Jason Momoa talking about what's good about creativity, what creativity does for the soul, the way that creating is more difficult than destroying, but working through that pain is worth it because of what it ultimately leads to. And the movie is every single movie about people traveling into a fantasy world that's ever been made ever in the history of the world. It follows every single beat you could ever be expecting, has no surprises, is entirely predictable down to the slapstick and pop songs and humor. It is just it's the worst thing about it is it's not even terrible or anything. It's not even bad enough to be riffed on. It's just nothing. It's just a void. It's a literal void of creativity. Not that the trailers that Zach and I saw in theaters really gave us much hope for whatever that movie was going to be. The trailers also just looked kind of middling. But it's just, in the modern era of the Sonic the Hedgehog films and, honestly, even the new Mario Brothers movie that Zach and I, aren't super big on, but we thought it was fine. It was a fine time at the theater. Why did they make the Minecraft movie the most uncreative one of the bunch that feels like a video game movie from a decade or so before this?
Because people were still going to go see it, unfortunately.
I get, as it seems to be, people are pouring out for this thing. I don't know, for some reason, Zach, I thought the popularity for Minecraft would have gone down, because I remember the height of it when the game first came out, and my little cousin playing it all the time and that kind of stuff. But it's been more than a decade. I wondered where the Minecraft community really was, but apparently the nostalgia as well as the new fans are still all there. I thought Five Nights would do better than Minecraft.
My nephew is much younger than me, and he is a massive fan of Minecraft. You'd be surprised how many little kids still love Minecraft.
Okay. I mean, it's Minecraft. It's a game that is designed to be able to be everlasting with content updates and fan mods and all kinds of things. Though I admit, my friends that are big Minecraft players, they pretty much entirely just do mods these days and don't even bother with the base game.
Yeah, my friends as well.
So yeah, that's what you have to look forward to, Zach, when you definitely buy your tickets to go see a Minecraft movie, since the rest of the world is seeing it.
I am not buying a ticket to go see a Minecraft movie. A Minecraft movie, it certainly is.
Yep. It's a movie that has, the thing is, it has references to Minecraft stuff, of course, but there was a lot of my friends that were watching it with me just going, this, a lot of the stuff in this movie isn't really even in the game. It's just kind of a bunch of stuff they made up. And there's some stuff from the game, but it's a weird hodgepodge of things that are brand new or things that are slight weird, obscure references without really, and then a lot of stuff that just has nothing to do with the game at all. And yes, Zach, there are a number of YouTuber cameos.
Of course.
That's the community that really pioneered the young audience that Minecraft has, and a lot of the nostalgia for people that are now adults have for Minecraft. I speak about this as an outsider because I am. I just didn't really ever play the game. I knew of it and what it was. I remember watching my little cousins and everybody playing it, and I totally think I understood the appeal just from looking at it. It's just, whatever reason, it just never came into my radar as something I would really desperately felt like I needed to play myself.
I played it on Xbox 360, and I bought Minecraft on PC, but I don't remember my Mojang password. I don't even know if that would still actually work anymore now that I think about it.
Maybe not.
Not at this point. I bought Minecraft years ago. Probably a decade ago, or...
You would hope that they would honor your purchase, on PC at least. Though I believe, isn't there like a Java and like a Bedrock version or something like that?
Yeah, I assume I probably just own the Java. I don't know how it works though. I'm not really interested in re-downloading it anyway. No matter how many times my fans try to beg and plead me to do it, I'm just like, nah, not really interested. I had fun with Minecraft though. It's a great time.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind, like, if there's anything I took out of that waste of a film, it was just, hey, Minecraft looks like it's probably pretty cool. Maybe I should try it with some of my friends that play it sometime and see if I have any fun. But that movie, like, I guess they're going to make sequels now. Maybe people that care will do the sequel and make something more. Like, Zach, do you know who directed a Minecraft movie?
Nope.
Jared Hess, the director of Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so a bit of a reunion for Jack Black. And like I've seen those movies, I didn't really get a lot of the same vibe. Like, the movie is just so generic as a story that it's kind of hard for me to like see, oh wow, yeah, this is that great artistic touch. Like, it's so, like, the humor is either just kind of eye-rolling or just kind of vapid. It's a lot of slapstick, and it's a lot of characters dancing, and Jack Black has multiple music numbers because Jack Black, you know, is a singer, and they paid for Jack Black, so they're going to get Jack Black. Like Steve is definitely, like, people talk about how, Eggman and Robotnik in the Sonic movies is just Jim Carrey being Jim Carrey, and that is definitely an aspect of that character. But notice how I said aspect. I mean, yes, there are definitely, like in Sonic 2, there's definitely a lot more of him being like Jim Carrey, but I understand who Robotnik is also as a character and as a personality in those films. There's dialogue taken to develop who he is, his backstory, why he acts the way he does, and him just having a lot of like moments of observations, or like the arc he has with his grandfather in Sonic 3, where you really begin to see him like as a person and somebody that just wants to have a friend. Like there's a character in there that Jim Carrey's playing on top of doing his usual stick. Jack Black is just playing Jack Black in the Minecraft movie. Like, Steve isn't a character. He spouts Minecraft references, and then he does Jack Black rocking out things.
We mine. We craft. Let's Minecraft.
That is a real line in the movie, yes.
Okay, because I've seen comments saying that's a real line, and I almost didn't believe it.
Like, they say that line, Zach, and then they do the modern movie thing where everybody brings up that Minecraft is a ridiculous thing to say in the continuity of this universe, and then Jack Black has to convince them to say it. The movie has a number of little meta moments that I kind of just found more annoying than charming. But I think that's because the Marvel movies have wasted away my patience for a lot of that shit, or at least poorly, like, just not terribly, like, well-written versions of that kind of shtick.
Oh yeah, Marvel has completely ruined that kind of humor for me. And I'm assuming for a lot of people, too. If I hear one more, whoa, that happened joke.
Yep. Oh, don't worry, Zach. Multiple times throughout the movie, the black character goes, "What the hell?" Whenever something...
Oh, how else would you write one?
Well, I know. You can't write them any other way, but yes, she just constantly goes, "What the hell?" throughout the entire movie whenever something happens. And like you might be thinking, listener, what? That just seems like a natural thing somebody would say. It's just a very tropey movie thing. Like there's people have combined the Minecraft trailer with other like bad movie trailers to just show the way trailers are edited to the exact moment of a character having something weird happen, then going, what the heck?
Yeah, I think you sent me one where it's the Lilo and Stitch what the hell, right?
Yes, the new Lilo and Stitch movie also has a moment in the trailer where they just go, what the hell? That's right. We only got this Minecraft movie this year. We got a live-action remake of Lilo and Stitch and a live-action remake of How to Train Your Dragon. Oh, boy.
And Snow White, but no one wants to think about that one.
Well, yeah. Oh, my God. It shot me through a question mark block. Yeah, nobody wants to think about Snow White. I wonder how it compares to Minecraft movie. I don't know, like, at least with Snow White, it sounds like there's something there's something to genuinely dislike about it. Whereas Minecraft, I feel nothing with that movie. It follows every cliche so completely that there's like, I didn't feel a thing while watching it. Here's the part during the climax where they bring back that one joke that they said earlier on in the movie.
I do wonder why there's more characters than just Steve. Like, what the hell is everyone else doing there?
So I mistakenly, when I saw the trailer, thought the movie was set in the 80s or something because of the way everybody was dressing. No, the movie's set in modern times. It's just that everybody dresses weird.
I have no idea what they were going with Jason Momoa.
So Zach, Jason Momoa is basically a Billy Mitchell. He's a guy in the 80s that got a huge video game like score. And on an arcade game, and he's been writing that his entire life. And so he's like played off as this kind of loser man that has a bit of that, I'm a man kind of energy to him. And the movie is supposed to be on some level a redemption arc of him just not being so self-centered and learning from Jack Black and the main boy who's like the creative genius type who can build a jetpack out of anything. And at the end of the movie, he learns that to be creative and to be nice to the people around him, and his store of junk is very successful after that. His uncreative store of junk.
Learn about creativity from the least creative movie ever made.
Yep.
Maybe it's a warning from the writers of that movie. Be more creative than us, please. Don't become like us.
Please don't be us.
Don't write a Minecraft movie in the future.
There we go. Phew. There we go.
You did it.
These fireballs are crazy. There we go. So, yeah, unfortunately, nothing but bad news in most cases in the video game industry. And this year in general, like, 2025 is such a cool sounding year from just saying it out loud because it is that kind of midpoint in the decade. But so far, there's not been a lot that's made me go, wow, yeah, that was great. Besides, like, I mean, Zach and I did go to the theaters to see Looney Tunes The Day the Earth Blew Up, and that was really fun. And that was a nice, like, traditionally animated movie that's not going to make any money, and they're not going to make any more of them.
Oh, well, I did at least hear I don't know how true this is. I did at least hear that Catch Up Entertainment is going to release Wile E. Coyote versus Acme.
Yes, they bought it for $50 million. So that movie is going to happen, and it seems like a cool idea for a movie, if nothing else.
Yeah, I do hope we get more traditionally animated movies in theaters, but I only just accidentally discovered that The Day the Earth Blew Up was even a thing. YouTube just happened to recommend it to me. But anytime I told people, yeah, I saw the new Looney Tunes B movie, everyone thought I was going crazy. I'm like, I swear, there's a new one.
Yep.
It exists.
And yet nobody could avoid the advertising for the Minecraft movie. It's a shame, because, I mean, it's not even like, you don't even need to think about it to figure out which movie was actually made by somebody who cares. There's not a single thing in that Minecraft, I mean, besides, honestly, that the actors who give decent performances in the movie, overall, there's not really a performance that I necessarily think is bad. It's more just that Jack Black is just playing himself. Like, the performances are probably the best thing about the Minecraft movie, but the script they're given, to me, doesn't really make it matter.
I was going to ask the question, doesn't Jack Black just play Jack Black anymore? But then I thought, well, the Mario movie, he does kind of play Bowser.
Yeah, they make him sing and all that like Jack Black usually does, but no, Bowser's definitely a character in the Mario movie. But as it stands, Zach, is there anything you're looking forward to this year, despite how everything is going?
There was. Nothing really comes to mind. My brain is mostly just distracted with thoughts on just the Switch 2 and how... Like, the fact that I'm priced out of it, I'm not that upset about it. I'm disappointed, sure, but I'm not the hugest Nintendo fan. I mean, I do own a Wii U, which that was a mistake. Well, it's not really a mistake. There's some decent stuff on there, but I'm not the hugest Nintendo fan. I usually try to keep up on the Nintendo consoles, but being priced out of a Switch 2 and having to wait for a price drop, I'm not that upset about it. But I'm just annoyed with... Because it's just another thing. You said 2025 sounds cool because it's halfway through the decade, but then you have to remember we're halfway through 2020 with how 2020 started.
Yep. And you think that, you know, gearing up for all these companies finally putting out things that were horribly delayed by both the pandemic and rightfully put together strikes for, you know, paying people more and everything they're putting out, it's like, so there's some good things, but there's a lot of bad. There's a lot of just like, whether it's like, you know, Marvel and Disney, where there just seems to be trying to gauge where to go now with this franchise that has long since passed its prime. Where everybody kind of checked out, like, besides like Wolverine and Deadpool, everybody mostly checked out of most of these franchises at this point.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I brought it up in a previous Keeping Busy, but I am completely checked out of Marvel. Fantastic Four might be decent, but I just don't care. But, real quick, I did actually think of one game I am excited for, and that's, I'm trying to remember the name of it. Yeah, hang on, let me see if I could find the name of it quick. Oh, the 100-line Last Defense Academy. I played the demo of that, and that was really, really good.
That's from the original developer of Danganronpa, right?
No, I think he's doing Tribe 9. But it is being made I'm pretty sure it's being made by the team that does Danganronpa, but I think the creator of Danganronpa went on to do Tribe 9. I think.
Okay.
But you wouldn't be able to tell if you looked at the last line, Last Defense Academy, because Last Defense Academy is written and looks exactly like a Danganronpa game. Just instead of Trials, it's a strategy RPG now. But it's a very good one. I really like the demo. It was a lengthy one too.
I maybe would give it a shot. I'm just terrified of strategy games.
Oh, this one is very simplified, I promise. I promise this one is simplified.
Okay, Zach, if you say so. Let's see. I mean, this is a more of a, this is a collection of old games, but a little later into this month on the 18th, they're doing a collection of the Lunar games, the old, like, Sega CD RPGs, which is going to be on Switch and every other console. So I might get that, because I'm interested in those games.
I guess it is getting a Switch version, so I guess I could still get it. I am cautiously optimistic about Pokemon ZA Legends. I haven't played a Pokemon game since Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, but ZA Legends looks cool. I didn't play Arceus Legends. That one looked like a pretty decent direction for Pokemon, but I just wasn't very tempted. But ZA Legends looks like an evolved version of Arceus Legends. So depending on how that one turns out, I'm willing to give that one a try. Because I'd like to get back into Pokemon, just most of the recent Pokemon games have looked... eh.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else really is there, but there's not like a ton of big releases that this year that I'm like, oh man, yes, that. I'm kind of interested in the DLC story for Lies of P. I'm thinking about I might actually get that game and play that that whole version once the DLC comes out, because I haven't played the game myself, but despite the fact that I thought I was burned out entirely on the idea of Souls games, the aesthetic of that game does look genuinely appealing to me. But I'm also kind of a sucker for, revisioned takes on, like, classic, like, literature stories and, like, kids' novels. Like, if they made a new Alice in Wonderland game or a new Peter Pan game, I would pick that up in a second, because there's some good ones of those.
I am also excited for 2XKO. The second alpha comes out for that this month. And, oh man, I don't want to go too much into it, but the FGC is having a bad week. I have to tell you at the very least about City of Wolves. City of Wolves is on crack. City of Wolves is the new Fatal Fury game from SNK, and they announced 2 new fighters that are people, actual people, celebrities that they're putting into this fighting game. And do you know much about soccer? Because if I say the name Cristiano Ronaldo, do you know who that is?
I have no idea who that is.
Very famous soccer player.
Sure.
Has SA allegations, because of course. Why not?
Of course. Yep.
This guy, whose big thing is that he plays soccer, is going to be a character in the new Fatal Fury game. And everybody lost their shit, but they also went, well, yeah, he's a scumbag, but he's a big soccer guy, so okay. It did bring the tweet where Ronaldo declared that he was in that game. It got millions of views. Pretty sure it got a lot of likes, so okay. That one, stupid, bullshit, but from an advertising standpoint, fine, whatever. Probably could have picked someone better than him. They could have also just made an original soccer character, but meh. The second one they added has everyone just mad. Because Cristiano Ronaldo was already bad enough. But now they just added a DJ who has a very niche audience.
Yeah.
But apparently the reason why he's added is because SNK is owned by the Prince of Saudi Arabia.
What?
Yes. This is a thing I recently learned thanks to this news. The Prince of Saudi Arabia owns SNK. And SNK, about 2 or 3 years ago, in an article said, "Oh, don't worry, that won't change how we make games." And then we fast forward to today. I think I heard Cristiano Ronaldo is on the team owned by the Saudi Arabian prince, which is probably why he got added.
Sure.
And the DJ they added, who's going to be playable, this DJ, I forgot his name, Salvatore Ganacci?
Okay.
He's a DJ who is friends with the Saudi Arabian prince, I guess, and he's going to be playing at a concert on launch day in Saudi Arabia, I think.
All right.
So, that's going on. That's the craziest news. The rest of the news is more just eh.
Right.
Tekken 8 fans are absolutely livid. I mean, fighting game fans are always absolutely livid, but this time, this is the most livid I've ever seen them. Because...
yeah, this is really strange.
Yeah, the Tekken 8 developers promised to buff defense, and then all they did was give all of the characters a bunch of moves that make defense harder. And, and Tekken fans are mad. Because they said something about wanting to buff the sidestep, because Tekken's a 3D fighter, so you can move in and out of the Z-axis.
Right.
And they also gave a bunch of characters moves that home in when you try to sidestep. So you get punished more easily for sidestepping.
That's a choice.
Oh, these fighting games are making tons of quote-unquote choices. Although, the main reason I brought this up is because a lot of people were also adding the news that TXKO had, where they announced that there was only going to be 10 playable characters. And people are mad about this, and I honestly don't get it. It's a 2v2 fighter. 2v2 fighters usually have much bigger rosters. So I can understand why people are a bit disappointed by 2XKO having a small roster. They're usually supposed to be bigger. But 2XKO is going to be free to play, and I assume they're going to be adding new characters every once in a while. So that small roster is going to probably hopefully quickly expand into a bigger roster.
Right.
So I don't think it starting with 10 characters is that big of a deal, especially since when I played the first alpha, which had 6 or so characters, those 6 characters were really fun.
Well, that's good to hear at least. It's just, yeah, what a strange thing that's going on. But I guess, given what you said about the prince, that's just the way it works. Hey, you're my friend? Oh, I like this guy? Oh, sure, put him in. I give you money.
Yeah, because, people were talking about how without the Saudi Arabian prince money, there was no way SNK was going to be able to afford putting Cristiano Ronaldo in that game. Just
Zach, next, when I become a millionaire, I'm gonna buy Epic and I'm gonna make you a new skin in Fortnite.
Thank you.
You motherfucker!
Oh! Did that count?
No,
it didn't count.
It still gave me a game over, even though I beat him. But yeah, Zach, don't worry, I'll add you to Fortnite.
I look forward to it.
You can hang out with Kratos and Hatsune Miku.
And Rick.
And Rick and Family Guy Funny Man is in it.
Thanos was in it at one point. I don't know if he still is.
Maybe. I'm not sure how that Marvel stuff works.
Dare I talk about... Well...
Fuck.
I guess I might as well get this out of the way. People are also not happy with Magic the Gathering. Nobody, I swear, no fan base is happy. No fan base is happy.
This is why I got out of fan bases.
Magic the Gathering is also mad because of all the shit that is being added to Magic the Gathering. Because I told
you did show me those SpongeBob cards.
Yes. How would you like to pay $50 for those SpongeBob cards?
How would I like to pay $50 of a like JPEG screenshot from a meme of SpongeBob? No thanks.
Like, I'm not even upset that it's memes. I'm upset that it's an episode screenshot. They could have at least paid magic artists to redraw it. They did redraw. They did actually draw like some of the characters, but the meme ones are just straight up from the show, which is the most disgusting and most lazy thing I've seen. Because there's a lot of anime card games that just use anime screenshots, but that kind of made sense. Because those are just random anime card games based on random anime, so just using screenshots for the show, sure. Magic the Gathering is one of the biggest card games in the world. They could have gotten artists. They didn't.
Right.
But, you know, people are also mad because, speaking of Marvel, Spider-Man is going to be tournament legal in Magic the Gathering.
Oh. Okay.
Yep, Spider-Man is going to be able to... You can put Spider-Man and Cloud in a deck together, and it's going to be so much fun.
So Magic the Gathering decks, are they usually allowed to have characters of all different types of franchises?
No. Magic the Gathering is supposed to be its own franchise. But it started making a ton of money, so Wizards is leaning more and more heavily into it. At first it was, if I remember correctly, because I haven't been following this for very long. I only just started following it recently. I believe it started with what are called silver bordered cards, which are basically just funny cards. If it's a silver bordered card, because normally cards are black bordered, which means they're legal, but if they're silver bordered, it means it's just there to be funny. Like, you can use it to play with, but only with people who also are okay with it. And then they started selling skins. Like, there was a set of Godzilla skins where they took actual Magic the Gathering cards, but just gave them new artwork based on Mothra or Godzilla.
Sure.
And everybody was fine with that, because it's just alternate artwork.
Yeah.
And then The Walking Dead happened. And it all went downhill from there. Hey, congratulations.
Thanks. It only took me like 25 minutes or something. Jesus Christ. So are they using screenshots from the show, or these are like art of the Walking Dead characters?
No, this is actual art. As far as I'm aware, SpongeBob is the only one that's screenshot episodes. Other than that, there was a totally original artwork for The Walking Dead. And Stranger Things.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this trend is starting to become bad.
Yeah, and, well, remember how I said there's a Spider-Man set that's going to be tournament legal? There was also a Marvel set, which had Wolverine and Captain America and Iron Man. But that's different from the Spider-Man set.
Oh no, they're turning Magic the Gathering into Disney. Let's absorb all content that exists.
Well, it's not just Disney. I'm trying to remember some of the other ones, because they've been doing so many of them that people are burnt out and it's hard to keep track. Oh my gosh, yeah. I have... Avatar The Last Airbender is coming out, I think, at the end of this year for Magic the Gathering. So if you ever wanted to have Aang fight Mary Jane, then go ahead. Or, you know, you could put Sephiroth and Dr. Octopus together. I don't know if they're going to be in the same colors, but...
Right.
Yeah, Magic the Gathering fans are mad because they want Magic the Gathering to focus on Magic the Gathering lore. And, no. Because the crossover stuff sells so much better, they're just selling the crossover stuff. Although Tarkir Dragonstorm, which is Magic the Gathering centered, came out, or is coming out soon. People seem excited for that one. But even when they do a Magic the Gathering centered set, it's what people call hat sets, because all they do is they take famous MTG characters and they just put them in silly hats. So, for example, there was a cowboy set where they took your favorite characters and made them into cowboys. There was a mystery set that took random characters from Magic the Gathering and turned them into detectives.
Okay.
Oh, one of the more recent ones, they took a bunch of your favorite Magic the Gathering characters and they turned them into race car drivers.
What? But why?
Because they're running out of ideas? I don't know.
Zach, I imagine that the characters of Magic the Gathering that are on these cards, like their original characters, have some sort of lore behind them that you can make interesting cards out of.
Yeah, and Magic used to do that. Magic used to make cards centered around the lore. Like, you could see a card about this one character, and then you could see a card later on that year that had that same character, but like you could see through the flavor text and through the card's effects and art that they're going through an arc. You could tell the story. They used to tell stories of Magic the Gathering through cards, but they don't do that anymore. And I made the joke they're running out of ideas. No, as far as I'm aware, what's going on is Wizards of the Coast just gives them no time. They have almost zero time to come up with stories anymore. They're making like 20 sets a year. And I'm not even sure if 20 is an exaggeration.
That's exhausting.
Oh yeah, like they just don't have time anymore.
Yeah.
And like that just seems to be the new thing, is adding random guest characters and just praying that gets you a new audience. Yeah, City of the Wolves is doing it with Cristiano Ronaldo. Magic the Gathering is hoping SpongeBob will make people want to play Magic the Gathering.
Christ. That's like sad. Is this just what they're like, just grab out at things and hope that this brings them in a larger audience and more money and not, make the world they've created interesting in any way?
Nope, can't do that anymore. That's not how you make money.
Here's Captain
Brandon,
America and SpongeBob and a culmination of all of culture.
Look at Fortnite. Fortnite makes money. Yeah, Magic the Gathering fans are calling what's happening in Magic the Gathering the Fortnitification. Oh, it's funny that I mentioned Fortnite. There was also a Fortnite expansion for Magic the Gathering.
What? Is it like just the original Fortnite characters, or?
Yeah.
But why?
Yeah.
Who cares? Who cares about these characters?
But Brandon, if you were a Fortnite fan, Fortnite coming to Magic the Gathering might make you play Magic the Gathering. Or you might just go, well, that's stupid, and then continue playing Fortnite. Yeah, like, I don't know what's going on anymore. Just, because the idea, I don't mean to keep this going because you finished the game.
Yeah, finally.
But this opened up an entirely new can of worms. That just...
Yeah.
Sure, companies always wanted your money. That was always the point. But there was an understanding. If they wanted our money, they had to make us care. But now they're kind of cheating, because... in this... Oh man, we're gonna have to do an entirely different Keeping Busy for something I've had in mind. But I won't bring it up now.
Oh, that's fine, Zach.
Like, so many people now are just cheating because so many of the things that we love have been so set in stone for decades that why bother continuing to create new worlds? Just take the thing that people already love and push it somewhere else.
Yeah. That you would hope that would be the solution, but no. They look at what other companies are doing, and in the most cynical, most boring, most suits in a room, factory-produced way, they just go, no, we'll just do what those people are doing. What rights can we buy to what characters to make our thing successful?
If Nintendo wasn't so stingy, I would be like, I would call it that in a year or two there would be a Legend of Zelda expansion for Magic the Gathering.
Zach, maybe there will when the Zelda movie comes out.
Is that going to be a thing?
The Zelda movie is officially in production and is coming out the week of Sonic 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're going to be competitors up against each other. Sonic the Hedgehog 4, the movie, and Zelda. Zelda is being directed by Wes Ball, who previously directed last year's Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Which I really liked that movie. So I'm interested to see if he's good at, like, because Kingdom was a big sprawling epic with great visuals and like neat world and interesting lore. And Wes Ball said his intentions for the Zelda film are to make it kind of like the vibe he wants to shoot for is like a live action Ghibli movie. Like he wants to capture that kind of Miyazaki vibe with like the way that the world looks and feels. Which, to be fair, Breath of the Wild already was kind of channeling some of that energy anyway. So maybe that'll be something. It sucks that it has to be live action. Why can't it be an animated film like Mario? But oh well. To be fair, Zach, maybe making it live action will be the best choice instead of handing it off to Illumination and having Link dance to pop songs.
Yeah, okay, yeah. But, I know we should eventually end this, but talking about the Magic the Gathering racing set, I do need to at least show you one card. Just for the art.
No.
Thank you so much for playing my game.
Look, Brandon, she's doing the thing. She's doing the thing, Brandon. Don't you love the thing?
And it feels like ever since somebody pointed out that all these movies were doing tributes to Akira, everything now started just doing it as a meme.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they did the racing set solely to do this, because Chandra, there's a joke that they always make a new Chandra. She used to be an actual character, but now it's just, let's put her on a motorcycle. Let's put her in fucking wacky races. I wouldn't be surprised if one day Muttley could be my commander.
Yeah, let's do it. Who cares anymore? Look, bring back more Hanna-Barbera characters that nobody cares about. I'd go look into that. Yeah. Like Scoob and all of this other stuff and all these other movies coming out. Look, if somebody just said we're making a Grape Ape movie, I'm in. Make that trailer, sell me on it, I'll go see it. I don't care. Like if you're selling it like you are the Looney Tunes movie where you're not really predicting a huge turnout or you're not getting a lot of advertising, who cares? If you have passion for your Grape Ape movie, I will be there for you, sir. And at the end of the movie, have an after credit scene where Grape Ape is sitting in a bar, and Squiddly Diddly walks in and they set up their Avengers Initiative. And I will pay all the money.
Who's going to be the one with the eye patch recruiting? Oh, George Jetson. George Jetson's going to be the Nick Fury.
Yep.
But already, it has currently been an hour. I should let us go.
Okay, yeah. That sounds like a good plan. As all these Marios commit seppuku, good night and good day.